Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my overall favorites for the year of 2021. So every single thing that I'm going to share with you guys is something new that came out this year. So even if you've seen things from my favorites videos and you may not see in this video, it's purely because it didn't come out this year. So we're going to start off with foundations, base products. The first thing, and one of the newest releases that came out at the beginning of the year, was the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. So this was a reformulated version of the original Faux Filter foundation. So many people didn't like that one. It broke them out. It was heavily scented. It was a bit too thick and cloying on the skin. And as Huda loves to listen to her consumers and takes feedback very, very seriously, to the point where she's been known to reformulate products and make them so much better, she came out with this luminous matte version. I absolutely love this. This is full coverage. It glides onto the face. It is not scented. It sits up beautifully on the skin, and despite the fact that it is a matte foundation, it's matte luminous, meaning your skin doesn't look flat matte 2D, still retains that nice 3D look. Now the color that I've got is 320G Leches. This is a little bit dark for me. I still don't know what my Huda Beauty shade is, in all honesty. When this came out at the beginning of the year, London was in lockdown, the majority of UK was in lockdown, and all the shops were shut, so we had to basically buy things online and guess. And even though this is a little bit on the warm side for me, if you're a MAC NC40, this would suit you. I'm not NC40 anymore. I tend to use a little bit of my NYX white foundation mixer, which I swear has been discontinued, and I add that to this, and then I get perfect flawless coverage. This is full coverage, you guys. This covers up everything and looks amazing on the skin. Great for weddings, photography, that sort of thing, or if you just want full coverage. One of the biggest trends of 2021 was skin type of bases, like tinted moisturizers and that sort of thing. Because skincare is so big these days, so much of us have got much better skin. I know I have. And also as a result of using sunscreen, my skin color is also lightened significantly. I mean, look at how pale I am. Like, what's that about? But anyway, so one of the first brands to come out with a tinted moisturizer was Decay. This is the Stay Naked HYDROMANIAC Tinted Glow Hydrator. Medium coverage up to 24-hour wear. I've done reviews on pretty much all of the products I'm going to share with you guys, by the way, almost all of them. Feel free to look through my channel if you want something a little bit more in depth. The shade that I got mine in is 50 medium. The thing that annoyed me about this is their claim of 24-hour wear. This barely lasts 8 hours on the skin. If you've got oily skin, it's not good for you. It literally slides and moves across the face. However, what I did like about this was the fact that it made my skin look really nice and smooth. It made it look natural. It gave it a kind of glowy sort of look, but not too glowy. It is definitely a dewy kind of product, which is why I would say if you've got oily skin, definitely stay away from it. And it is medium coverage, so you can build it up to the intensity that you want it to have. If you're somebody who's just wearing something for a couple of hours and don't want massive amount of coverage, you would really like this. If you want something that has got a little bit more of a wear to it, a little bit more longevity, maybe stay away from this. But overall, I've been loving using this at various points throughout the year. Not in the summer, by the way. Now, Huda Beauty this year released the brand called GloWish. GloWish is a hybrid skincare makeup brand. One of the first things that she came out with was this GloWish MultiDew Skin Tint. I absolutely love this product. Now the shade that I bought was number 5 medium. Subsequently I found out that my shade is actually number 3, so I've not used this as much, and I have still not bought number 3. I only know that I'm number 3 because I bought the compact rubbish one, which you'll see in my regrets video, by the way, so I know that's my shade. However, the way that this performs is beautiful on the skin. It's got very, very light coverage. You can build it up to medium coverage, but bear in mind you'll have to make sure that you get the right shade, because this is the kind of product that is called flexible, meaning quite a few different skin tones can use it. That's only if you're going in with a very, very light hand. If you do want to build it up, like I said, make sure you get the right shade for you. Unfortunately, the shade range is quite small as a result of the whole flexibleness, but it is what it is. This lasts on the skin for up to 12 hours, even longer. It's barely transferable. It makes my skin look lovely. It gives a nice natural kind of glow to the skin, but definitely not oily. And I just love this product overall. It's really nice and hydrating on the skin as well, and really just makes your skin look like itself, but so much better. Another brand that came out with something similar at the beginning of the year was Fenty Beauty. This is the Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. My shade is in number 10. Little bit warm for me, but I can just about get away with wearing it. Again, very similar to the GloWish one, but this one definitely is a little bit more pigmented. Gives really nice natural coverage to the skin. Sits nicely on the skin, doesn't slide, doesn't move around. Lasts a really long time. Great as an alternative to full coverage and medium coverage foundations. You can definitely build it up, but you still get that kind of feel of a tinted moisturizer on your face. This to me is actually one of the best base products that Fenty Beauty has come out with. The previous ones can be quite thick on the skin, quite heavy. This one is really nice and lightweight. This should be no surprise. Out of all the foundations, this is my holy grail, my favorite from the year of 2021. And from what I can see, I'm down there. I'm actually wearing this on my face right now. This is the Maybelline SuperStay Activewear 30-hour foundation. My shade is in number 36 Warm Sun. Like I said, it's what I'm wearing right now. I love this. How many times since you've been on my channel and even watching my empties videos have you ever seen me finish a foundation? Never. This will be in my next empties video, and I'm definitely going to be repurchasing this as soon as possible. It's medium to full coverage. It covers everything, gives a lovely, nice, natural, velvety, soft finish to my face, covers imperfections, doesn't emphasize my texture, doesn't go patchy, doesn't make me look aged. There's nothing about this that I don't like. I absolutely love it, and the fact that it's drugstore and super affordable means that this will be my favorite for God knows how long, until something better comes out. Last foundation, or base product if you want to call it, just realize half of these products aren't even foundations. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum, which contains 1% pure hyaluronic acid. My shade is in number 4 to 5 medium. Again, it's a tinted moisturizer basically, or they call it a tinted serum because it contains hyaluronic acid, which is there to hydrate your skin. I love the coverage that this gives. Again, it's a tinted pigmented product, meaning that you get a bit of pigment to your skin, but it still has that kind of skincare kind of feel, and it makes your skin look nice and even, nice and soft. It evens out your skin tone as well. Now, it's not there to cover up mass amounts of hyperpigmentation and scarring. You'll need concealer for that. But if, like me, you've dealt with a lot of the issues on your skin and you just want something to give your skin a little bit of oomph, but still a little bit of coverage, you will definitely love this. Got 3 concealers to share with you guys. The first one will be one that came out earlier on in the year. It is The Ordinary. The Ordinary came out with their first line of concealers, and this is basically called the Ordinary Concealer. High coverage formula, and the shade that I bought, well, I've got 3 shades, but the one that worked for me under my eyes in terms of brightening is this one here, which is 2.0 YG, which comes under light medium, yellow undertones with gold highlights, which is clearly what I am. This is super full coverage, but one thing you have to bear in mind, it is quite thick and emollient, so you must apply a tiny little bit and then blend it out. If you put too much and you don't set it enough, it can crease, but if you do make sure that you set it properly, you will notice that it doesn't budge throughout the day. It doesn't move. It's The Ordinary, so there's obviously amazing skincare ingredients within here as well. It's super affordable, like £4 or £5, if that's it. And you will absolutely love this. Definitely look into it if you haven't tried it already. Another new concealer that came out this year, I think, well, I bought it this year, is Tarte's Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer. So this is a creamier version for people that have got drier skin. The normal Shape Tape was kind of more towards normal to combination and oily skin, so they came out with this version. The shade that I've got it in is 345 Medium Sand. This is a really nice full coverage concealer. I have said that the previous one was still my favorite because I've got normal to combination skin. I apply a tiny bit of this and I get full coverage. It's definitely not as full coverage as the other one. I'd say this is more medium to full, to be fair. And you don't want to layer this up because otherwise it can crease because it's quite creamy. If you've got dry skin, you will definitely like this. I actually prefer to use this in the winter over the summer because I've got normal to combination skin. So it is something that I'm using at the moment. But when it comes to summer, I kind of stay away from it because obviously it will start to move around. But overall, it's a really good concealer. And another concealer that came out this year, and I never bought it and I never did a review on it. I bought this in Black Friday sales because I got it really cheap, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer. The shade that I've got mine in is number 8, and it's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. I actually wish that I had bought this earlier on. It's an excellent full coverage concealer. Definitely not as good as my Too Faced one that you guys see me use in every single, or I show you in every single favorites video, because I've noticed that when it gets to about 12 hours, I do notice a slight amount of creasing, and that is because this is a lot more creamier than that one. The creamier a concealer in terms of consistency means that it's more emollient and it's more likely to crease. It doesn't matter how well you set it. It's down to the oils releasing in your face throughout the day. However, this gives high amount of coverage. It's a massive tube as well, lasts you a really long time. It's great quality, and I'm very, very happy with this. I've got one bronzer to share with you guys that I've been loving this year. And again, it's by the brand GloWish. It came out the same time as the Skin Tint. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. The shade that I've got mine in is number 2 medium. In all fairness, I do need to get number 3, I think, because this one I have to load it up quite a bit for it to show up. It's a very soft, finely milled kind of bronzer. Very nice to the touch. It's marbled, meaning you will always get a slightly different color, but nothing too obviously different. And the quality of it is excellent. Again, it contains skincare ingredients, which means it's great for the skin. And I love the quality of it. I've got one eyeliner to share with you guys. And you know what? I'm just looking at all this stuff. Huda Beauty owes me commission, you know. The majority of these products are Huda Beauty. That's not on purpose. It's just how it is. I just like her products, and they came out pretty good this year. And here is one of them. This is the Huda Beauty Life Liner Quick and Easy. And this is a liquid eyeliner that she came out with earlier on in the year. You can see that the nib is super, super fine. What I like about this is that it does not rub off. It's non-transferable. Unfortunately, it's only 1 ml, which means it will finish quite quickly. However, it's great for people that are beginners, especially to felt tip liners. Sometimes they can be quite thick, like the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, which I'm using right now. And if you're a bit scared and you want to try something for the first time, definitely use this. Because of the fact that the nib is so thin, you can really just do tiny little flicks and take your time doing it. Got one brow product, unsurprisingly. Again, Huda Beauty Bomb Brows. You guys know, you've seen it in so many of my videos. This is actually finished, by the way, because yeah, there's nothing left in there. It finishes too quickly. Now, I was hesitant about whether or not I would even show it in this video, but then I suppose I bought like 6 of these this year. So it obviously means it's a favorite, right? Because there's been a lot of my favorites. My only complaint was there's hardly any product in here, despite the fact that there's like that much product. All right, so there's the top and they put that much in here, and it just finishes really, really quickly. But what I loved about this is that it's got a super, super fine nib, and I only need to apply a tiny bit just to tidy up my eyebrows, and also the fact that it's non-transferable. A lot of brow pencils do transfer, so I like the fact that this doesn't, and I love this. I just wish that they'd come out with more pencil in here, otherwise I'm not buying it anymore. This I've pulled out of my empties basket, so you probably won't see it again for a while, or maybe you will. So Huda Beauty's GloWish came out with these cheeky vegan blush powders a couple of months ago, and I bought all 4 of them. Which one am I using right now? I think I'm using, if I remember, this one here, which is called Charming Cherry, because obviously the kind of makeup that I'm doing. The quality of these are so good. I've loved all 4 of these ever since they came out. These are the only blushes that I bought this year. I don't really buy blushes that much because I've got so many already, and they're very difficult to get through in general. So I bought all 4 of these, happily been using them ever since they came out. The color is Berry Juicy, Healthy Peach, Charming Cherry, and Caring Coral. The quality of these is really nicely pigmented, as you can see on my cheeks. They're not completely matte. They've got a slight sheen. However, they don't emphasize the texture, and I've got textured skin, so it's amazing. Lasts upwards of 12 hours, and just the colors themselves are absolutely gorgeous. Other than Healthy Peach, which is quite a pale shade, and only if you've got fair to kind of light medium sort of skin tone should you really wear it. Otherwise, it will just show up like kind of like a whitish stripe. But the rest of them are absolutely amazing for all skin tones. Some highlighters to share with you guys. The first one is this one here. I don't even know if you can see it properly because of the lights. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Iced Out Highlighter. This came out at the beginning of the year in January in the UK. This is a really pretty golden white kind of highlighter. I absolutely love this. I don't know if you can see, there's actually a pretty hefty dent in the middle. I've used this a lot. Now, I like whitish kind of highlighters. However, because I've got golden yellow undertones, they can show up kind of ashy on me. So I really like this one that has like a golden kind of tinge to it. Also, despite the fact that it looks quite white, it will go with all skin tones from the fairest to the deepest. So I really like this. The quality is excellent, lasts all day, and it's a great product. So Huda Beauty came out with these Glow Obsessions highlighter quads earlier on in the year. This one is the light glow obsessions and this one is the medium glow. The deeper one I have, but I don't use it that much purely because the colors are a little bit deep to use on my face. I generally tend to prefer to use them on my eyes. However, these are the ones that I've used and loved the most. I'm actually using this one on my face today, the light one. However, the medium one is probably the one that I use the most, and I've already hit pan on one of them as well because I use it that often. You've probably seen this quite a lot in a lot of my favorites videos over the past few months. The quality of these is absolutely excellent. I find that they don't emphasize texture on my textured skin. I find that they're metallic high shine. There's no glitter in them. They last all day long, upwards of 12 hours. And the fact that there's 4 in 1 means that you can always use something different depending on what you are going for that day. Or you can do what I do sometimes and mix all 4 of them together. I also use these on my brow bone. I also use them on my tear duct. I use them on my lid, Cupid's bow, nose to highlight, as well as my cheekbones. So they're really, really versatile too. Moving on to eyeshadows, and again, it will be absolutely no surprise that every single one that I'm going to show you is Huda Beauty. They're the only ones that have really screamed out buy me to me this year. So first off was the Brown Obsessions collection that she came out with. There was this one here, which is caramel brown. Then we've got this one here, which is chocolate brown. I'm not going to lie, the one that I've used and loved the most, this one here, which is toffee brown. Toffee brown, to me, is like the perfect medium skin tone brown girl palette. It's just excellent. I love the fact that it's got a yellow gold in it. Not a lot of palettes, especially when they're browny kind of related, come out with a yellow gold. I use these ones as well, but definitely this one more. But obviously it's completely down to personal preference and what your actual skin tone is as well. I think the quality of these are absolutely excellent. So many of you will love these. The mattes are buttery soft. The metallic kind of foiled type shadows are really, really intense and high shine. The quality is excellent. They last all day long, and I think they're excellent. They're great for traveling. Not that I've been anywhere, but if I do, I will take these with me. Another round of Obsessions palettes were these ones. These were the Wild Obsessions palettes. Again, I've done reviews on all of these along with demos, so you can see them. I've been loving all 4 of these. So let's go through each one. The first one is the Wild Chameleon one, and it looks like this. This one was definitely one that I used a lot in the summer. You can tell because of the fact that it's so vibrant in shades. Then there's this one here, probably my least used one, but that's not to say I haven't loved it regardless. This is the Wild Jaguar palette. This one is a lot more muted, a little bit more deep in tone, a little bit more kind of sallow. However, the shades are absolutely stunning. I love them. They're very unique shades in this palette. That's why it may not be to everyone's taste, especially the foiled shades like a grey mixed with purple is not something you often come across. However, I like the fact that this is so unique, meaning that sometimes when I have absolutely no idea what to wear, if I go with this, it will definitely work. The next one is the Wild Python palette. This one, again, was another one that I loved throughout the summer. You can see why. Bright, beautiful, spring, summer shades. They're so happy looking. I mean, you can't not love this. Now, this may not be for everybody. This is very dependent on the kind of style that you have, how creative you are, how creative you want to be, and whether or not you're going to just buy it to use once, or like me, buy it to use when you're going out partying and that sort of thing and want something a little bit mad and bright. And then we've got the one that I used and loved the most, which doesn't surprise me because it kind of makes me think of the brown toffee one. Clearly there's a theme with me with the kind of shades that I like. This is the Wild Tiger palette, again with the yellows in here, the yellow golds. Absolutely love it. Beautiful oranges in here, warm tone shades, goes with all skin tones. You can go from daytime to nighttime to party kind of looks. Absolutely love this. And then the last one to share with you, which should be no surprise, is the latest release by Huda Beauty, which is the Rose Quartz palette, and it's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes right now. I've actually used this a lot more than I thought that I would. I didn't think that I would necessarily go with all these cool tone shades often, but I had to eat my own words. I've used every single one of these shades. I use this palette quite a lot, and ever since it came out, and even now, like I've got this sparkly kind of holographic-y top on. It's great for the party season, but it's also great for just everyday wear to work. And as always, I can't fault the quality. The quality is excellent. I love the matte shades, I love the shimmery shades, and it's great. Last but not least, let's move on to the lips. Where shall I start? Where shall I start? Okay, let's start off with this one. So this is the Huda Beauty Brown Liquid Matte Minis. This came out with this Brown Obsessions palette. So there are 4 shades in here altogether, with the inclusion of Trendsetter, which is a permanent shade. Then we've got the shade called Alpha Femme, On Top, and Her Majesty. I've been using these quite a lot throughout the year ever since they came out because they're all brown shades. They're great for medium skin tones. I've done a full review along with lip swatches if you want to see what they actually look like against my skin tone. I love the quality of Huda Beauty's lipsticks. Definitely up there with one of my favorite brands in terms of quality. They last all day on the lips. They never get dry. They never get uncomfortable. They never flake. They fade only a tiny bit, little bit of a touch up, and they're good to go again. Even when you touch them up, they don't get that uncomfortable, weird, I've got too many layers on my lips kind of feeling. So I love these and I love the minis. So hopefully by now you would have seen my video that I did of the Maybelline Coffee Edition SuperStay matte inks from that range. Now I know that they came out last year, but I didn't actually become aware of them till later on this year, so technically just let me off. Yeah, I've been loving these two shades in particular quite a lot from the entire range, and this one is called Caramel Collector and this one is called Cocoa Connoisseur. Similar but different. This one's obviously a little bit more red and a little bit more dark. This one's a little bit more lighter and a little bit more orange. SuperStay matte inks are my favorite, you guys. There is no other brand out there in terms of drugstore anyway that has this quality of liquid lipsticks. They're my favorite. I love them. They sit on the lips, they don't move, they don't budge, they don't even need touching up. I've been known to wear them for 14 hours, look in the mirror and I'm like, hey, it looks fresh, barely comes off, nice and comfortable and affordable. Ever since I got this, thanks to my friend Rosie, love you darling, thank you so much for buying this for me. It's by the brand Kiko Milano. This is the Lost in Amalfi Lasting Matte Lip Color. My shade is in number 7 Magenta, so I'm wearing right now. And I love this. Again, the quality is great. It's a bright in your face pink, like you can see right here. Imagine I had no other makeup on, just some lashes and this on my lips, and that's enough. It really makes your lips stand out. I love the fact that it's non-transferable. Look, there's nothing there. Nothing comes off. Nice and comfortable, not sticky, not tacky. Definitely needs pretty much no touch-ups whatsoever, and I'm really, really happy with this colour. Another Huda Beauty one was a limited edition one that she came out with somebody who works in Selfridges. I didn't like the other one that much. This is the one which is called Girl on Fire. Whoops. And this is a deepened kind of red. And I love it. The quality, again, like I've already said, I love Huda Beauty's quality of liquid lipsticks. So when this one came out, and you've seen me use this in a couple of my videos, I had to have it. I love the smell of them as well. They smell so nice. They last a really long time, and I can't rave about this one enough. That's what I mean when I say this ain't sponsored by Huda Beauty. You know, these are all my products that I've just happened to have loved that are Huda Beauty. She came out with these lipsticks earlier on in the year. These are the cream lipsticks. So in the past, she's come out with the other bullet ones, which are all matte. So this year she came out with a bunch of cream ones. And in particular, these three are my favorites and the ones that I've used the most. Raja, which is this nudie brown color, is the one that I've probably used the most. It's basically your perfect nude for brown skin tones. And that's it, nice and glossy. Now, because of the fact that they are a cream glow kind of lipstick, there is no longevity there. You have to touch them up quite a lot, so you do get through them quite quickly. I just love how it feels on the lips, nice and comfortable, nice and smooth, and you get a nice glossy kind of sheen. So if you don't like lip gloss, but you still want a nice shine to your lips, you'll definitely like something like this. And also the shade Honey Bun, which again, you can see this one's been used even more because this one is a little bit lighter than Raja, meaning I have to layer it up quite a bit, quite a few times to get that color to show up. And then I generally tend to use a brownish kind of lip liner because this one is almost a little bit too light for me, and then I change it up to make it the right kind of nude that I want. This one is in the color Sweet Cheeks. So this is basically like Raja, but it's pink counterpart. Absolutely love this color as well. This one you can see I've not used as much as the other two, probably just because I go for more nudie sort of lipsticks generally. But again, another great color. These two new releases by NYX Cosmetics. These are the High Pigment Lip Shine Loud something. Their name it's not even on here properly. Anyway, the color I've got is Another Level and World Shaper. I've got another two, but I don't really use them as much. These are the generally kind of colors I tend to go for, especially when it comes to long wearing ones, because I'm wearing them because I'm going out in the evening and I don't want to touch it up. The great thing about this is that you apply one side to your lips, let it dry down, then you go in with the glossy side and they become completely transfer proof. So these were bought out specifically around the time when we all had to wear face masks all the time and our lipstick was coming off. And the great thing about these is that they didn't come off on our face coverings, meaning your lipstick will still look perfect afterwards. Last two things, again, Huda Beauty, is these lip contours that she came out with, Lip Contours 2.0. I don't know what was wrong with the other ones other than they were a bit sharp, like the edges would get a bit sharp. So these ones are a little bit different because you wind them up at the bottom and then the actual lip liner starts to come out at the top. There's a sharpener on the bottom as well, but I've not actually bothered to use it, to be honest. So the two shades that I got, this one first is Deep Rose, which is, like the name suggests, a beautiful deep rose. And then this one here, which is in the color called Sandy Beige, is quite light, to be honest. I actually need to get a darker one. And this is what I use when I want a barely there at all kind of lip look. I like to define my lips. I like to make them look sharp and neat and tidy. I don't like messy looking lips, so I always have to use lip liners. But the quality of these are really, really good. I didn't have an issue with the quality of the previous ones anyway. I think it was more the design of the pencil, which is why they came out with these new ones. So that is it. Wow. I'm actually proud of myself. You know, I had a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, not too much of anything. And I will be doing my regrets video soon afterwards as well, which I'm sure you guys will be very excited to see. But I hope you guys enjoyed my 2021 beauty favorites. I'm very excited to see what's coming out in the new year. I think Charlotte Tilbury's coming out with a new foundation in January, and I will be looking forward to seeing that because I do like Charlotte Tilbury products. Anyway, I hope you guys are wonderful and great and enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.